Okay, here is MRIN Marin software. This finishes at $9.21 today. That is up 61.86%. Please like the video. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. Okay, here is ATER Aterian. This finishes at $16.72 today. That is up 28.62%. So this has been a hot stock for the past couple of weeks, and it appears like the squeeze is still on. The squeeze has not been squeezed just yet. The apes are still in here, piling in, squeezing these shorts out. So we've been discussing this one for the past couple of shows, and I've been saying all along that it appears like we have a complete cup and handle here. Top of the cup was 19 and the bottom was 3. And then I predicted that the handle would form, and then the handle forms. And then I predicted that we would see some consolidation and then breakout eventually. And I didn't think that the consolidation would only take 3 days. I thought it would take maybe a couple weeks, but we are already seeing a breakout. And I predicted that this would go back to at least $19 to fill the top of the handle here, and maybe even further, depending on how much momentum there is. So it appears like up to this point, I've been correct, and we are on our way to at least $19. So no specific news or anything to justify this price action today. Just a whole bunch of ape stuff going on. Apes piling in and shorts being squeezed. Alright, let's analyze this. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 1820 and 1650. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 1820, 1970, 2180, 23, 24, 2560, 2680, 2865, 3025, 32, 3280, 34, 3590, 3710, 3820, 3970, 4090, 4210, 4285, 4385, 45, 4640, 4765, and then the high of 49. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 1650, 1490, 1320, 1185, 1040, 940, 870, $8, 750, 680, 560, $4, and then the low of $3. So at this current price, 1670, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. The RSI is currently at 67, so not quite overbought and overvalued just yet, but quickly approaching that, so be careful guys. And this did 96 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So nothing has really changed since the last time we talked about this stock, so I'm going to stick to what I've been saying all along. Again, it looks like we have a complete cup and handle here. The top of the cup has filled, the handle has filled, we had consolidation, and now we are in the breakout stage. So again, I think this should come back to at least 19 to fill the top of the handle, and it may possibly go further than that. Don't really know, can't really tell, but this should come back to at least 19. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, you're a little late to the party, but there still is upside potential to 19, so there still is a little bit of money to be made here. You can probably make around 10% going to the upside here. So yeah, not the most money, but still upside potential. And again, this may go past 19, but I think at the very minimum, this should be at 19. So I would support going long here. Not financial advice. But just be careful, guys. The RSI is getting up there, and this may go bearish pretty soon. Maybe not, but, just consider that, guys. This can't keep up forever. Eventually, you will have to hit the sell button. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, it's looking like it's going to be a good play eventually, but I would hold off for right now. I think there still is a little bit of upside potential to go. So I think that going short here at this current price, 1670, is not the greatest entry. I would say hold off to at least $19, which is where the top of the handle is. And even 19 may not be the greatest entry going short, but I would wait till at least 19. It's not time just yet. Wait a little bit longer. But yeah, I would support going short eventually pretty soon, just not right now. But keep an eye on this in the short term. If/when this breaks 19, then I would support taking a short position. And again, just keep in mind, guys, 19 is the minimum that this should go to. So this may blow past 19 and go mooning. And if you were short, that would be really, really bad. So there is risk involved here. So congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today and in the past couple of weeks. Consider taking profits if you're up. Not financial advice, but it's never a bad idea to secure the gains. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is ATER Aterian. Okay, here is MRIN Marin software. This finishes at $9.21 today. That is up 61.86%. Okay, so it's been a while since we discussed this stock. A couple months ago, this was the meme stock. Since then, this has faded away, pulled back really significantly. Didn't really hear too much talk about this on social media anymore. But yesterday in the aftermarket, we got some big news. So let's take a look at that first. So it says that Marin Software is now in a partnership with Google. So I'm not exactly sure what that partnership entails, but that was really big news. Great PR. The apes really liked it, and they piled in. And the stock went from $5 all the way to $11 at one point in pre- and post-market trading. Yeah, the stock was up 100% yesterday. So today this opened at 1080 and has since pulled back pretty hard to 920, but the stock still finishes up 62% on the day. Still major tendies here. So let's analyze this. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 930 and 830. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 930, 1080, 1180, 1320, 1510, 1730, 1885, 20, 2150, 2550, and then the high of 2726. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 830, 750, 675, 625, 570, 540, $5, and then the low of 470. And there's a bunch of support below 470, but we're not going to discuss that right now. Shouldn't be too relevant. So right now at this current price, 921, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty wide. So expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this pulls back to 675, the channels start to narrow. So expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this comes back down to 675. The RSI is currently at 69. Nice. So not quite overbought and overvalued, but pretty much there. Quickly approaching that. So be careful, guys. And this did 145 million in volume today. Very significant volume. So this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. So we also have two gap ups way back before this squeezed. We have a gap up at $2 and another gap up around 430. So those may never fill. It's been a while since those were created, and they're pretty low. So I wouldn't be surprised if those never fill, but that is pretty noteworthy. Double gap up. So those are bearish indicators. And today we have another gap up at 560. So another bearish indicator. That is telling us that this is likely to come back down to 560 eventually to fill that gap. And the gap at 560 has a much more realistic chance of filling than the gaps at 2 and 430. So that one should fill. But yeah, we have a triple gap up here. And high RSI and high volume. So again, pretty bearish looking. Now it does look like we have a possible cup and handle here. There could be a lot of different tops, but this looks like a pretty deep cup here. So that's a bullish indicator. This is telling us that this might keep running to the upside to fill the top of the cup, wherever that may be. So like I just said, we have a lot of bearish indicators here. We have a triple gap up, high RSI and high volume, and really no bullish indicators except for the possible cup and handle in the making. So therefore, I think that this chart is looking very bearish to me. And I think in the short term, this is going to pull back to at least 560 to fill the gap. This ran up over 100% in a day, and it can come back down just as fast. I think the apes got a little bit too excited for the PR, and a lot of apes are probably going to end up holding the bag here. So yeah, I think that going long at this current price is not a good idea. You're going to be FOMOing in, you're going to be catching a falling knife, and you're probably going to end up holding the bag. However, I will say that if this comes back down to at least 560 to fill the gap, then I would support building a long position, but not at this current price. And if you want to go short, not financial advice, seems like a pretty good play to me. Again, this should come back down to at least 560. So from this current price down to 560, that's about a 40% downside there. So a lot of downside potential, a lot of tendies to be made to the downside. So yeah, going short here seems like a low risk, high reward play. Seems like an excellent play here. So I would support going short, not financial advice. Now just be aware that the apes are currently strong with this one, and I think that it's very unlikely that they keep pushing this up to the upside, but it's possible. So if you do take a short position, there is a possibility that this goes wrong on you. Again, I don't think it's very likely, but possible. So just be aware of that. So congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today. Consider taking profits, not financial advice, but you don't want to lose your precious tendies today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is MRIN Marin software. Okay, here is LCID Lucid. This finishes at $24.95 today. That is down 6.94%. So here's another meme stock that the apes really like that has been trending a lot in the past week. We've been covering this one a few times. So I said in the previous shows, it appears like we have a complete cup here, and it looks like a handle will start to form soon. The top of the cup was around 28, and the bottom was around, so just some quick math off the top of my head, this should pull back to around 23.50 if this is in fact a cup and handle for the handle to complete. So we're getting some pullback here today, and it does appear like we are seeing the start of that pullback. So I think in the short term, this should continue to pull back to the downside. And then once the handle completes, I expect some consolidation and then eventually breakout. And we have a gap down way back here at 50.50. So that is a bullish indicator that is telling us that this is likely to come back up to 50.50 eventually to fill this gap. Now that might be a while, but that is very important to take note of. And that might even fill relatively quickly, depending on the price action and the momentum of this stock. Okay, so right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 25.30 and 24.25. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 25.30, 26.80, 27.50, 28.80, 30.40, 31.45, 32.55, 36.50, 38.30, 39.90, 41.25, 43.50, 50.50, 52.75, 54.70, 56, 58.15, 60.20, 62.20, and then the high of 65. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 24.25, 22.45, 21.40, 20.30, 19.10, 18.40, 17.15, and then the low of 16. And there is some support below 16, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now with this current price, 25, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized. So expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. The RSI is currently at 61, so a little above average, but nothing to be too concerned about. And this did 87 million in volume today, very significant volume. So this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. So nothing really has changed from what I said last time about the stock, so I'm going to reiterate myself. Like I said, it appears like we have a complete cup here. It looks like we have a handle forming. We have pretty high RSI and volume, a good amount of bearish indicators here, and really only one bullish indicator being the gap down at 50.50. So in the short term, I do believe this will continue to pull back. Like I said, probably to around 23.50 to complete this handle here. And then I would expect this to consolidate around 23.50 and eventually break out. So therefore, I think that going long at this very moment would not be a good idea. It's probably going to pull back a little bit. So if you want to go long, I would just hold off wait till at least 23.50, possibly even lower. You know, it's not too much of a loss from this current price of 25, but if you hold off a little bit, you should be able to get a better price. So I would support going long, just not at this current price, $25. But anything $23.50 or lower, I would say go for it. Not financial advice. And if you want to go short, not financial advice, seems like an okay play here. Again, this should pull back in the short term to at least $23.50. So that's around a 10% gain to the downside, maybe a little less. So not too many tendies to be made here. So yeah, it's not the best play, but you should be able to make some money here. So I would support going short. And honestly, it may not even be worth it because you're not going to make too much money and you're putting yourself at risk of getting squeezed out. You know, who knows? Maybe this will keep running to the upside. Unlikely, but possible. Yeah, going short doesn't seem too risky, but on the off chance that this does continue to run and squeeze, you're going to be in pretty big trouble. So just consider that. You should be able to make some money going short, but it may not even be worth it. But I would support it. I think it's an okay play. So sorry to everyone who lost money in this one today. Consider taking profits if you are up right now, not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is LCID Lucid. Okay, here is SOFI. This finishes at $16.84 today. That is up 11.01%. Okay, so it's been a while since we discussed SOFI. This is a meme stock, and the apes really like this one. But after this launched, this quickly started selling off, and the momentum cooled off. Didn't hear too much chatter about this anymore, but recently we're starting to get some momentum again. This was top 10 trending on StockTwits, so let's talk about it. So first of all, we have a price upgrade. So let's take a look at that. So it says Jefferies initiates coverage with a $25 price target. So that is very good PR. Jefferies, which is a pretty reputable hedge fund, thinks this is worth $25. So that's a pretty good ways to the upside. So I'm sure the apes are really happy about that. So that upgrade may have something to do with this price action today, but overall I think it's mostly just ape stuff going on here. Apes piling in and driving the price up. So not much more else to say about this stock, so let's get into the analysis. So today we have a gap up at 1520. So that would be a bearish indicator. That is telling us that this is likely to come back down to 1520 eventually to fill that gap, and that might be in the short term. And it looks like we have a possible cup and handle here. Looks like the top of the cup would be around 23 and the bottom would be around 14. So that would currently be a bullish indicator. That is telling us that this might come back to 23 to complete this top of the cup here. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 1720 and 1660. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 1720, 18, 1850, 19, 1980, 2050, 2125, 22, 2240, 23, 2385, 2425, 25, 26, and then the high of 2826. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 1660, 16, 1550, 1525, 1480, 1440, 14, 1310, 1255, 12, 1140, 11, and then the low of 1045. So right now at this current price, 1684, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. The RSI is currently at 61, so a little above average, but nothing to be too concerned about. And this did 55 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So this chart looks pretty bullish to me. However, I do think this will pull back to 1520 to fill the gap first before continuing to the upside. So I think in the short term, we'll probably see some pullback, but in the regular short term, this will probably continue to the upside. So if you want to go long, I can't really blame you if you want to take this current price around 17. Not the worst price in the world. There's not too much downside potential. This can't pull back too much. So even if you buy in here and this pulls back, you're not going to lose too much money. And then you can just average down. So I would support going long here. However, like I said, I do think this will pull back to at least 1520. So personally, I would set my buy orders to 1520. And that would be a much better entry than 17. But yeah, this looks like it has a lot of upside potential. Jeffries thinks this stock is worth 25 bucks. So yeah, a lot of upside potential. This appears like it's going to keep running. So going long looks like a pretty good play here. I would support that. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I don't recommend that. Like I just said, there's not too much downside potential and a lot of upside potential. You may be able to make a little bit of money here. Like I said, this probably is going to pull back to 1520. But honestly, it may be a little too risky to even go for that, because this may not pull back, and if the momentum continues and the apes keep piling in, this could run pretty hard, pretty fast, and you could get squeezed out. Not too likely, but possible. Like I said, not too much downside potential, so it may not even be worth it going short here, even though you can make money. So I would support it, just be very careful, and if you do decide to go short, please be prepared to exit very fast. This is definitely not one you should hold for that long. So, congratulations to everyone who made money in this one today. Consider taking profits, not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is SOFI, SOFI. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please, like the video. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.